Good morning, good morning. It is 11:30 Eastern Time, and that means it is time for another episode of First Chapter Fun. If this is the first time you have tuned in, this is the place where until May and then afterwards, but I'll share those plans later, I read the first chapter of a different book at 11:30 in the morning, Eastern Time. And I see many of you have already joined again. That's lovely. We have Jennifer, we have Glennie, we have Amanda and Sharon. This is wonderful. So good morning, Nancy. So this is where I broadcast simultaneously on Instagram, via my iPad, and on Facebook on my phone. And sometimes little gremlins get in there and a connection drops. And if that happens, don't worry. If you're watching on Facebook, it's generally Facebook that sometimes boots me out. If Facebook boots me out, sit tight, I'll finish the recording on Instagram and I will come back to Facebook and re-record, or vice versa. So we have Carla, we have Glennie, we have Kate Rock, we have Hank Philippi Ryan, wonderful, and Sharon too. This is great. It seems to be growing legs, this little project, which is wonderful. How's everybody doing? Very sunny day in Oakville today. I'm hoping to get out later. It's a bit on the chilly side. But, as my mum used to say, there's no bad weather, you're just not dressed properly, or whatever the saying was. Anyway, today I am, before I get on to the book today, some people have said that sometimes they can't find the broadcasts when I go live, whether it's First Chapter Fun, which is always at 11:30 anyway. But if you like my author page on Facebook, so if you give that a click and like it, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will be notified through the wonders of technology when I go live. How cool is that? You don't have to do anything other than hit like and then you'll get the notifications, or so I'm told. I hope that works out. All right, so let me tell you about today's book. It's by Christina Hoag, and Kate just said that dark and rainy, perfect to hear you read. Oh, that's lovely. Well, not lovely that it's dark and rainy, but lovely that you've joined us, Kate. Thank you. So today's book is Christina Hoag's Skin of Tattoos. There we go. And she should be joining us, I'm hoping, either on Facebook or on Instagram. But either way, please leave her a little comment, ask her a question, just say hi. Authors, typically, I don't think I've yet met an author who doesn't like to hear from their readers. So I'm sure there are some out there, but it's lovely to be able to get some comments and feedback. And just a hello is lovely, because writing can be quite a solitary activity. You spend a lot of time with your characters in your head, but I'm told that doesn't count as interacting with people. I don't know, I'll argue that one. But anyway, so wrong one. There we go. Let me show you that one again. Skin of Tattoos. Now, I find authors, when I read the background of authors, these are some incredibly interesting and talented people, absolutely no doubt. And this bio, honestly, just blew me away. So let me tell you about Christina. Christina Hoag is a former journalist, and she has had her laptop searched by Colombian guerrillas, phone tapped in Venezuela, was suspected of drug trafficking in Guyana, hid under a car to evade Guatemalan soldiers, and posed as a nun to get inside a Caracas jail. My life is so boring, I tell you. This is just insane. She has interviewed gang members, bank robbers, thieves and thugs in prisons, shantytowns and slums, not to forget billionaires and presidents, some of whom fall into the previous categories. Now she writes about such characters in her fiction. Her debut noir crime novel, Skin of Tattoos, was a finalist for the 2017 Killer Nashville Silver Falchion Award for Suspense, while her YA, that's young adult, thriller, Girl on the Brink, was named one of Suspense Magazine's best of 2016. She also co-authored Peace in the Hood, Working with Gang Members to End the Violence, which is being used in several universities. She's a former staff writer for the Miami Herald and Associated Press, and wrote from Latin America for Time, Business Week, New York Times, Financial Times, Times of London, Houston Chronicle and other news outlets. A native of New Zealand, Christina grew up as an expat around the world. She now lives in Los Angeles, where she has been a creative writing instructor at a maximum security prison and to at-risk teen girls in South and East Los Angeles. She's a regular speaker at libraries, bookstores, book clubs, conferences, writing groups and literary readings. And let me tell you, Christina, if you are ever in this area or I am ever in yours, I'm going to come and listen to you speak, because this background and what you do is just, it's absolutely incredible. I was floored when I read this. It's incredible. So, Skin of Tattoos is the book I'm reading from today. Voila, by Christina Hoag. And after that incredible bio, just the bio, you know, just reading that bio is incredible. Okay, so let me read you the blurb. Now, I think it was last week, I read The Green Line by E.C. Diskin, and her Chicago gangsters turned into people from London, because I can't do a North American accent for love and money. And I'm a bit nervous about this reading because we have gang members, and they're from Latin America, and I can't do those accents. So I'm afraid they're going to sound a little bit posh. So please bear with me, forgive me. Just imagine I'm reading with a Spanish accent or something, because I can't, and I don't want to embarrass myself or insult anyone by doing it badly. So enough about my crappy accents. And let me read you the blurb of Skin of Tattoos. Posh gangsters. Yes, posh gang. Well, they could be. All right, here we go. When your best friends are your worst enemies. Los Angeles homeboy Magdaleno is paroled from prison after serving time on a gun possession frame-up by a rival Rico, who takes over as gang shot caller in Mags's absence. Mags promises himself and his Salvadoran immigrant family a fresh start, but he can't find either the decent job or the respect he craves from his parents and his firefighter brother who look at him as a disappointment. Moreover, Rico is under pressure to earn money to free the Cico Locos jailed top leader, and eager to exert his authority over his rival turned underling, isn't about to let Mags get out of his reach. After his little sister is assaulted, Mags's desire for revenge and respect pushes him to make a decision that ensnares him in a world seeded with deceit and betrayal, where the only escape from rules that carry a heavy price for transgression is sacrifice of everything and everyone he loves. Sounds good, doesn't it? All right. Now, there's a bit of swearing in this one for those of you who don't like that. It doesn't bother me. You know, apparently when I swear it sounds very posh, so that's quite funny. But this is what I'm going to read from Skin of Tattoos by Christina Hoag, and this is chapter 1. Night in LA can be heavy as a medieval cloak, or it can sparkle and crackle. It can burn you with its current, protect you or betray you. It can be like a girl with a wet pout and curves that clap into your cupped hands. Tonight, LA was just heavy, swimming in sweet syrup heavy. I stood on the sidewalk and breathed in a lungful of darkness. For the first time in 26 months and 13 days, I was free to go to the corner store and buy a Snickers. At least that was my excuse for slipping out my first night home, in case anyone asked, but they didn't. Mums and my sisters went to bed. My brother Frank wouldn't be home till the next day, and Pops was working his night job. I bolted. The quietness rang in my ears like I'd been punched upside the head. I had to listen to find noise. It was there. A siren whooped, a car door slammed, but they were faded, comfortable noises like a pair of old jeans. Noise wasn't up close like in Lockup, with all its yelling, buzzing, clanging, the constant rumble of hundreds of angry guys. And it was dark. No lights blaring into every little crack of privacy all the time. I threw the hoodie up over my head and walked past the store, flashing the Tecate's neon sign behind a barred window, feeling the moon watching me. I was going to see Blue Boy, a parole violation for sure. He was on the DA's gang affiliate list, and so was I. I was home and free, but not home free. Not by a long shot. But I had to see Blue. We went way back, to before we were both jumped into the Cinco Locos. That was a lifetime and a half ago, just 7 years, but they were gang years, which kind of count like dog years. We were 13. Blue Boy lived in the armpit of the 110 and 10 freeways. If he was home, he'd be slouched on the couch watching TV with the lights off, like we always did when his mums was working nights at the hospital. He was going to be surprised when he saw me. I didn't get word to my homeboys about my release date. I missed the hell out of them. But I wasn't getting back in the life again. I couldn't do more time. That's all La Vida Loca was going to get me. Or killed. Same difference. It felt rich just to push one foot ahead of the other and to go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I stuck my arms straight out and walked like that for a while, looking into windows. People watching TV, eating, women carrying babies, wearing curlers. I pushed open Blue Boy's gate. The pit bulls next door barked as I ambled down the driveway to the illegal garage conversion where he lived with his mums and sister. Blue flickers from the TV flashed through the missing slats of the window blinds. He was home. For the first time since 8 o'clock that morning, when the state of California spit me out to a bus stop, my bones didn't creak. I drum-rolled my knuckles on the door. The blinds rustled, and then the door burst open. "Mags! What the fuck, fool?" He hugged me. I hugged him back, hard. "Why didn't you tell me you were coming home? I thought I was seeing things." "Just got home today." Big smiles splashed on our faces. He stood back to let me in. "Damn, you got buff, Holmes. You been working out?" "That's all I did inside, work out and go to school. You know how it is." "Yeah, I feel ya." Blue Boy looked the same, tall and bony with vanilla ice cream skin and the bluest eyes I've ever seen, eyes like the desert sky. Everybody thought he was white, which pissed him off. He was as Salvadoran as I was. "I can't believe you're back. Lot of shit going down with the clique lately, dog. You seen anybody yet?" Before I could answer, someone called my name. I knew who it was. I turned. Paloma stood in the doorway. All the organs in my body stopped working, except my eyes. Lean, dulce de leche legs, a slender neck that swung into all kinds of curves, face framed by a dark, thick mane. Her lips parted, revealing a hint of bright white teeth. A lit fuse zoomed from me to her to me and back again. My ribcage ached. It was still there, what we had before I got locked up. I thought my feelings for her were long gone down a bottomless black hole, but now, here they were, bouncing back up at me. Fuck. "Sup, Paloma?" I croaked. Seeing her had suddenly rusted my voice. "When did you get out?" she said. "Girl, go back to your room," Blue Boy ordered. "You got breakfast shift in the morning, or you forgot." She threw her brother a resentful look, then disappeared. The palms of my hands had sprouted seeds of sweat. I wiped them on my jeans, hoping to hell Blue Boy didn't pick up on our eyes eloping. I cleared my throat. "I gotta get me a candy bar, Holmes. You coming?" He rolled his eyes. "You and fucking candy bars. Can't understand how you never got a face like pizza from those fucking things." Outside, the cool air dried my sweat, and the freeway's seashell roar blocked the echo of Paloma's voice calling my name in my head. We turned down an alley to get out of the sightline of any passing 5-0. This late at night, we were easy pickings for cops to jam us. "So what up in the barrio?" I said. "Rico's the big shit now, fool." I stared at him. "You tripping me, right, Holmes?" "Chivas caught a case of 187. He's in county, no bail. He's still calling the shots, but Rico's running the street." So that son of a bitch Rico got in slick with the shot caller, taking my place while I was doing his time. I kicked an empty can into some trash bins. Someone groaned. We pulled our fists out of our pockets. A drunk was propped up against the fence. "Want to roll him?" "Nah, his arse ain't worth it," I said. We walked on. "Rico's stepping on his hard, bro. He's got the cliques slinging day and night, collecting taxes in the park. The guys with the fake IDs. Anybody parking their arses on the grass." That bullshit again. I always hated that small-time crap. Hitting on guys who made like $10 a day pushing ice cream carts. I thought Shivers wanted to stick to big shit off the street. "That was before life without parole was staring him down. That ain't all. He's stepping on Rico to find new territory we can move into. Rico wants us to hit this place where the queers hook up." I frowned. Damn. "Shivers ain't going with no PD, so he's got to pay for a lawyer." Blue Boy rubbed his fingers and thumb together. "So he knows he's going down on this murder." "They got DNA on him, Holmes. They found his blood on a body dumped in the desert, like a tiny speck of it. Case was cold till they tested the blood." "He's right to get his own lawyer, that's for damn sure. All them PDs want you to do is cop a plea, so they don't have to work a trial." "Ain't that the truth?" Shivers was an old OG back from when the Salvadorans got together in the 80s against the Mexicans, who didn't appreciate thousands of Central Americans flooding into LA, even though we were escaping a civil war. He got his nickname because he was always watching a Chivas de Guadalajara soccer game on a TV with a bottle of Chivas Regal in his hand, his favourite drink. He was respected in the barrio because he pulled a lot of shit over the years, but always beat the raps. But now the law finally caught up to him, big time. If he went down on this 187, he was behind the wall for 30 years at least. So this is Rico's big chance to be a shot caller. He must be really getting off on that, I said. "You know what he's like, Holmes?" "Yeah, I know that all right." I'd been the one in the clique who Shivers trusted the most, his right-hand man. That was why Rico set me up with a tray 8 with an armed robbery on it and got me sent down. With Shivers in lockup, it looked like Rico's plan worked out better than he ever dreamed, and a lump rose in my throat. Sorry for butchering the Spanish words there, that's so embarrassing. All right, that was the first chapter of Skin of Tattoos by Christina Hoag. There we go. I hope you enjoyed that chapter. If you just joined, go back to the beginning of the recording and listen to Christina's bio, because it's just insane. It's so interesting and so incredible. So I hope you enjoyed that reading, this episode of First Chapter Fun. Let me tell you about tomorrow's book. Tomorrow I have this little gem, the Jane Austen Society. Can you see that? This book is by Natalie Jenner and getting an awful lot of buzz. And it's set in England. So yay, my accent will match, hopefully. So that might be, I hope I won't make a fool of myself with that one tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed that. As I mentioned at the beginning of the recording, if you like my Facebook page, author page, and you follow me on Instagram, you will automatically get notified when I go live. Yay! And we can do this again. So I hope you'll tune in the morning at 11:30 Eastern Time, as always. And until then, please stay safe, stay kind, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching.